Hey guys, Martin DeFleeger here. I got an email from a lady from a mother of a young child with cystic fibrosis, and she asked me some questions that, is it good to push your kid really hard physically, to make them go outside, to join sports teams, to keep active, and how it's affected my life, and is there a point where you could push too hard, where it starts to actually be counterproductive, and is there a risk to being outside in dust and the elements where it might be counterproductive? I am Martin DeFleeger, cystic fibrosis fighter, father, always looking for the next adventure. Join along in my CF journey to see where life's next adventures lead us. The first point I want to touch on is where she asked me, is there a point of doing physical activity to the extreme or taking it too far where you actually hinder your disease and make it worse than beneficial? I think this is something I struggle with a little bit, and I think that's something that is good to talk about. I feel it's very good to push myself very, very hard to a point where I gain from it, whether it's building muscle, building lung function, cleaning my lungs. But there is a point where I find if I go too hard to get myself too physically tired. So then at the end of the day, my body is drained and it can't fight the disease. I start losing too much weight and it's counterproductive. How has physical exercise or sports affected me physically with cystic fibrosis in my life? I truly believe it's kept me alive. I think there's no substitution for your medication and your daily treatments, therapies, Monarch, or whatever sort of treatment you use. But the physical aspect of my life, of getting out, doing things, pushing the limits, has not only gave me the mental fight, but has also kept me very healthy. And I think me being 37 years old now with cystic fibrosis and CF liver disease, the odds are stacked against me, but I find at the end of the day, when I do physical activity, I feel alive. I often also get asked the question, are you embarrassed to run because you're spitting out mucus, or are you embarrassed to be out there coughing your brains out? You know, I really don't care what people think. I care about myself and my family. So I actually feel proud at the end of the day when I run 5K and I leave a little yellow puddle all along the way, because at the end of the 5K, the puddles are smaller, and by the end of the farther at the end of my bike ride, they're gone. And that's when I start to feel good. So, you know, that's just our journey as cystic fibrosis people, and we need to own it. And if people, you know, say, ooh, gross, or they look at you funny for coughing, you know what? That's their loss. When I was younger, I had a fellow come up to me and say, well, you have cystic fibrosis. You have a disease, you run a little bit, but he goes, there's no way you'd ever be able to run a marathon. And I went home that night and I just thought to myself, why couldn't I run a marathon? You know, I still, you know, relatively healthy. Yeah, sure, I struggle and it's hard to run. But I thought if I push hard and overcome, why can't I? And I started training, and it was very, very hard. I pushed through it and I managed to finish, and I think it was one of the greatest accomplishments of my life, and it gave me a feeling of hope. One of my biggest motivations, besides my children, to keep healthy is we've all been in the hospital with cystic fibrosis. We all know how much it sucks. I hate the food. I open the little food tray and I even smell it and I feel like falling over. So that's the biggest thing that wants me just to fight hard so I can not have to end up there again. And I'm sure, you know, I'm a realist, it'll probably happen, but I can do everything in my strength to stop it from happening. So if that means getting up every morning, running 5K, going mountain biking, lifting weights, I will do anything I can to fight that. And it's worked. I'm 37 years old. I have FEV1 of 55% now. It's getting harder, but I still live a normal life. And I think everybody can do this. I know there's different severities of the disease and different situations, I know that. But we all have our challenges. It's how we face our challenges. So I just want to encourage everybody to face their challenge head on, fight as hard as you can, use every avenue aside, and get outside, have fun, and enjoy your life. Enjoy the CF you got, as hard as it is and as bad as that sounds. Go enjoy it and live your life. Again, I got to give you my little spiel. I'm not a doctor. You don't want me to be your doctor. I'd be a horrible doctor. I'm just me, I'm Martin. I'm telling you what experiences helped me, and it's worked in my life to keep me out of the hospital and keep me fighting and keep me strong so I could spend time with my children. And I hope to that mother who emailed me, this answers some of your questions. If not, email me again. And if you want to see more, hopefully next time the weather will be good, I'll be out doing something fun. I'll make a video again. So if you like what you've seen, please hit the likes button, the subscribe button, share with your friends, and we'll keep this channel going. Again, thanks so much, and peace till the next time.